Sabad campus. So today I am discussing about colony. So hello Annie. So first of all, hello Annie.
This is Sam, I'm back.
Okay, hello Annie. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Okay Annie.
Just enjoying the day.
So
How about you?
today my topic is global economics. So my first question for you: what is global economics?
Great topic. Global economics is the study of how countries interact through trade, investment, and finance. It looks at how these interactions affect economies worldwide. What got you interested in global economics?
Okay, well, thank you so much for answering me. So my next question for you: how does globalization affect the world economy?
Globalization connects economies, making trade easier and boosting growth. It can lead to job creation, but it also brings challenges like inequality and cultural changes. What's your take on globalization? Do you think it's more positive or negative?
Okay, so my next question for you: what are the main drivers of global economics growth?
The main drivers include technology, trade, investment, and population growth. Innovations boost productivity, while trade opens markets. What aspect of global economic growth interests you the most?
Okay, so my next question for you: why is international trade important?
International trade is important because it allows countries to access goods and services they might not produce efficiently themselves. It promotes economic growth, creates jobs, and fosters innovation. Plus, it helps countries build relationships. What's your favorite thing about international trade?
Okay, so my next question for you: how do exchange rates affect global trade?
Exchange rates influence how much one currency is worth compared to another, affecting trade costs. A strong currency can make exports more expensive, while a weak one can boost them. It impacts everything from prices to investment decisions. Do you find exchange rates fascinating or just a bit confusing?
Okay, so my next question for you: what is the role of the World Bank in the global economy?
The World Bank provides financial and technical assistance to developing countries to reduce poverty and promote sustainable development. It funds improve their economies. What do you think about the World Bank's role? Do you think it's effective?
Question for you: what does the International Monetary Fund (MMF) do?
The International Monetary Fund (IMF) works to ensure global financial stability. It provides financial support to countries facing economic difficulties, offers policy advice, and monitors global economies. Basically, it helps countries manage their economies better. What's your perspective on the IMF? Do you think it plays a crucial role?
Okay, so my next question for you: how does inflation impact global markets?
Inflation can lead to rising prices, which affects purchasing power and consumer spending. It can create uncertainty in global markets, impacting investment decisions and currency values. High inflation in one country can also influence others through trade. How do you feel about inflation? Do you think it's something we should be worried about?
Okay, so my next question for you: why is GDP used to measure economic growth?
GDP, or gross domestic product, measures the total value of all goods and services produced in a country. It's a key indicator of economic health, showing how an economy is performing over time. Higher GDP usually means growth and improved living standards. What do you think about GDP as a measure? Is it enough to capture a country's well-being?
Okay, so my next question for you: what is the difference between a developed and developing economic?
It seems like you meant revolving and non-revolving credit. Revolving credit allows you to borrow up to limit, paid back, and borrow again, like a credit card. Non-revolving credit is a fixed loan amount that you pay back in installments, like a car loan. Did you have something specific in mind about these types of credit?
Okay, so my next question for you: what are trade deficits and surpluses?
A trade deficit occurs when a country imports more goods and services than it exports, meaning it spends more on foreign trade than it earns. A trade surplus is the opposite. It happens when a country exports more than it imports, leading to a net gain in trade. Both can impact a country's economy in different ways. What do you think about trade deficits and surpluses? Do you see them as good or bad?
Okay, so my next question for you. Um,
No worries. Take your time. What's your next question when you're ready?
how do tariffs affect international trade? Hello, Annie.
Hi there, I'm here. Did you have a question or something on your mind?
My next question for you. What is the role of free trade agreements?
Free trade agreements task reduce or eliminate tariffs and trade barriers between countries, promoting easier trade. They encourage economic cooperation, boost competition, and can lead to lower prices for consumers. FTAs help countries access each other's markets more effectively. What's your take on free trade agreements? Do you think they benefit everyone?
Okay, so my next question for you.
I'm ready. What's the question?
My next question for you. Uh,
Go for it. What's
wh-
your question?
why do countries impose economic sanctions?
Countries impose economics to influence another nation's behavior, often in response to actions like human rights violations or aggression. Sanctions can restrict trade, freeze assets, and limit access to financial systems. They aim to pressure governments to change, resorting to military action. What do you think about the effectiveness of sanctions? Do they work?
Hmm. Okay, Annie. So my next question for you.
I'm all ears. What's your next
How do
question?
how do trade wars impact global supply uh, chains?
Looks like there might be a little mix-up, but no problem. Trade wars can disrupt global supply, increasing tariffs, which raises costs for businesses and consumers. This can lead to shortages, delays, and changes in sourcing for companies. What do you think about trade wars? Do you see them as more harmful or beneficial?
Okay, so my next question for you. Why,
Absolutely.
why do
What's your next?
countries? Why do countries? Why is? How does the WTO regulate global trade?
The World Trade Organization WTO regulates global trade by providing a framework for negotiating trade agreements and resolving disputes between countries. It aims to ensure that trade flows as smoothly and predictably as possible, promoting fair competition and reducing trade. The WTO also monitors trade policies to developing countries. What do you think about the role of the WTO? Do you find it effective in managing global trade?
Okay, so my next question for you.
Got it.
What
I'm
are
ready for your managed
what are import
question.
what are import and export quotas?
Import quotas are limits set by a government on the quantity of a specific good that can be brought into a country. Export quotas, on the other hand, restrict the amount of a certain product that can be sent out of a country. Both are used to protect domestic industries, manage supply, and stabilize prices. Are you curious about how these quotas impact trade?
So my next question for you. How do subsides affect international competition?
Subsidies can give domestic producers an edge by lowering their production costs, allowing them to sell goods at lower prices. This can make it harder for foreign competitors to compete, potentially leading to trade tensions. While subsidies can support local industries, they can also distort international markets. What's your view on subsidies? Do you think they are fair in global trade?
Okay, so my next question for you. What
I'm ready.
what what
What's your next question?
what is fair trade and why is it important?
Fair trade is a movement that aims to ensure fair prices, decent working conditions, and sustainable practices for producers in developing countries. It's important because it helps empower marginalized, promotes ethical consumerism, and fosters environmental sustainability. By supporting fair trade, consumers can make a positive impact on global trade practices. What do you think about fair trade? Do you try to support it in your purchases?
Okay, and so my next question for you.
I'm all ears. What's your next question?
What are the effects of interest rate change globally?
Changes in interest rates can have significant global effects. When a country raises interest rates, it can attract foreign investment as investors seek higher returns. This can strengthen the currency but may slow down economic growth. Rates can stimulate borrowing and spending but might weaken the currency. These changes can ripple through global markets, affecting trade and investment decisions. How do you feel about the impact interest rates on the economy?
Question for you.
I'm ready.
How do central banks influence the global economy?
Central banks influence the global economy through monetary policy, which includes setting interest rate, controlling money supply. By adjusting these factors, they can impact inflation, employment, and economic. Their decisions can also affect exchange rates and international trade. Central banks often coordinate. What's your take on the role of central banks? Do you think they have enough influence?
Okay, so my next question for you. What are the effects of interest rate change globally?
We touched on that a bit earlier, but here's a quick recap. Changes in interest rates can affect global capital flows, currency values, and economic growth. Higher rates can attract foreign investment, strengthening a currency, while lower rates can stimulate borrowing and spending, potentially weakening it. These shifts can ripple through global markets, influencing trade and investment decisions. Is there a specific aspect of interest rates you're curious about?
Okay, so my next question for you. How do central banks influence the global economy?
Central banks influence the global economy by setting monetary policy, including interest rates and money supply. Their decisions can affect inflation, currency values, and economic growth. For example,
Okay,
when
so
a
my next
central bank raises rates, it can attract foreign investment, impacting exchange rates. They also coordinate with other central banks to address global economic challenges. What do you think about their influence? Do you see it as a positive force?
Okay, so my next question for you. How does climate change impact the global economy?
Climate change can significantly impact the global economy by causing extreme weather events, rising agriculture. These changes can lead to increased costs for businesses, damage infrastructure, and affect food security. Additionally, transitioning to a low-carbon economy can create new markets and job opportunities, but it may also lead to challenges for industries reliant on fossil fuels. What are your thoughts on the economic implications of climate change? Do you think we're doing?
Okay, and so my next question for you.
I'm
What role do multinational corporations play in the economic development?
Multinational corporations play a significant role in economic development by investing in local economies, creating jobs, and contributing to infrastructure. They often bring technology and expertise, which can enhance productivity and innovation. However, their presence can also lead to challenges, such as profit repatriation and potential negative impacts on local businesses. What do you think about the influence of MNCs? Do you see them as a force for good or do they have downsides? It seems like there might be a little mix up with the term stepflexion. If you meant flexibility in economic terms, that typically refers to how economy is to changes, like shifts in demand or supply. Flexible economy can respond better to global changes, while rigid ones may struggle. If you meant something else, let me know. What are your thoughts on economic flexibility?
Okay, so my next question for you.
I'm all ears.
Uh,
What's your
how
last
do
question?
political decision affect global markets? Hello, Annie.
What's on your mind?
My question for you. What is the economic cost of natural disasters globally?
Natural disasters can have huge economic costs globally, including damage to infrastructure, loss of productivity, and increased recovery expenses. They can disrupt supply
My
chain
next
and
que-
lead to significant
So my
insurance
next question
claims.
for how do
Tax can hinder economic growth and development in affected areas.
my next question for you, how do political decision affect global markets? Hello, Annie. Hello, Annie.
It looks like your question.
Okay, Annie. So my next question for you. Net issue.
Could you repeat that? I'm ready to help.
My next
Political
question for
decisions can.
my next question for you. What role do remittances play in the developing economics?
Hi there, I'm Remittances play a vital role in developing economies by providing a steady income for families, which can help reduce poverty and improve living standards. They often fund education, healthcare, and small businesses, stimulating local economies. Additionally, remittances can enhance financial stability as they provide a buffer during economic downturns. What do you think about the impact of remittances? Have you seen any effects in your community?
Okay, so my next question for you.
I'm
Uh,
ready.
how
What's your next question?
how is artificial intelligence changing global economic structures?
Artificial intelligence AI is transforming global economic structures in several ways. It enhances productivity by automating tasks, leading to more efficient processes across industries. AI also drives innovation, creating new markets and job opportunities. However, it can also lead to job displacement in certain sectors, prompting shifts in workforce skills and education. Additionally, AI is influencing decision-making and strategic planning in businesses and governments. How do you feel about the impact of AI on the economy? Do you see it as more of an opportunity or a challenge?
Okay, so my next question for you. So any time is over. So meet you our next time. Thank you so much for answering me. Meet you our next time. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could chat with you. Take care, and I look forward to our next conversation. Allah Hafiz.